What's up, homies and homiettes? It's your boy Hoom Boom back with another segment of the Hold Up Show. And hold up, is it finally the death of Hollywood? Have we finally seen enough of their imagery, of tragic stories? Just, are we over it? Have we seen too much behind the curtains how Hollywood has had a negative effect on not only our kids' life, but society's functions and just the overall message. So let's get into this TikTok content and we'll discuss what we've seen afterwards. Hold up.
Is this the true dark side of Hollywood?
If your ultimate goal is to be famous, then you're gonna do a lot to get there, like sign your name in blood in a contract with the devil.
I kind of sang about, what was going on in my life at 15, and that's how I got introduced to the music industry. I swear I wanted to be like the Amy Grant of music.
Yeah.
But it didn't work out, and so I sold my soul to the devil.
Well, needless to say, sold my soul.
It's a dance with the devil. I'm a cure, real wrestle. It's a dance with the devil.
I'm trapped. If I can go back, I never would have rapped. I sold my soul to the devil. I'll never get it back. I just want to leave.
Do you record while the bus is moving, or does it have to come to a stop?
Yeah, well, sometimes they don't want to, and they're, Gaga, we can't get, the frequency's weird, and, it's sounding a little bit strange, and I'm like, if you don't get this right now, I swear to Lucifer, I'm gonna, I get a little bit mad.
I sold my soul to the devil. I know it's a crappy deal. Lisa came with a few toys like a Happy Meal.
Why is your hand over your eye?
Because I'm a devil worshiper. What are you talking about? All right, well, I have tickets to see the devil worshiper.
Roman is a crazy boy who lives in me. And he says the things that I don't want to say. He was born, just a few months ago. I think he was born out of rage. He was conceived in rage. So he bashes everyone. He threatens to beat people, and he's violent.
That must be nice to have like an ignorant loudmouth who you can just sort of blame every...
He wants to be blamed. I don't want to blame him. I ask him to leave, but he can't. He's here for a reason. People have brought him out. People conjured him up. Now he won't leave.
I never listened to Nicki Minaj, so that's no loss. So she worships the devil, I heard anyway, so.
And boy, I got you. Hey, it's tonight I'm making deals with the devil. And I know it's gonna get me in trouble. I gave into the fire. I know I should have fought it. At least I'm being honest. I know that this is my fault. I should have been more careful.
The devil's got them to me. The business. Baby, come on, die for you, die for you. I sell my soul to the devil.
You're still out here doing these songs, you're still on tour.
I do, but I don't take it for granted.
Why do you still do it? Why are you still out here?
Well, it goes back to the destiny thing. I made a bargain with it, a long time ago, and I'm holding up my end.
What was your bargain?
To get where I am now.
Should I ask who you made the bargain with?
with the chief commander.
On this earth?
And on this earth, and then in a world we can't see.
I keep on dancing with the devil. You and I made a deal. I was young and shit got real. We've been through hell and back. He's got my mind. He's got my soul. Mama, he won't let me go.
material wishes, fast cars and bitches. In my cola, just to sold my soul.
Dear God, I wonder can you save me? I can't die, my boo-boo's about to have my baby. I think it's too late for praying. Hold up, her voice spoke to me and it slowly started saying,
Bring your lifestyle to me, I make it better.
and how long will I live?
Eternal life and forever.
Or will I be the G that I
I make
was?
your life better than you can imagine or even dreamed of. So relax your soul, let me take control. Close your eyes, my soul.
My eyes are closed.
I met the devil in God's country. You know, and it's not so much who, it's what, you know, what happens and the things that the devil does. It's not so much a person, even though he acts through people. You know, you can't call one person the devil.
Joe Arpaio?
You know, you can't call any one person the devil. You can't do that because no one person has enough power to be the devil. You know?
And I just think that the whole idea of celebrity and fame has become really convoluted and, you know, kind of bastardized, like whereas fame used to be the byproduct of success and now it's the ultimate goal. And if your ultimate goal is to be famous, then you're gonna do a lot to get there, like sign your name in blood in a contract with the devil. Like you're gonna end up on a one-way street and it's going nowhere. Like that's just the truth. I've seen so many people like forsake their moral code and their value systems just for a little bit of fame, and it's not worth it at the end of the day. It's really not worth it.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.
So there you have it. A click from Paul O on TikTok. Shout out to that content creator. I know a lot of us have seen most of those clips. We identify or recognize with most of the entertainers in there. And to me, especially like Kanye, like Katy Perry, Ariana Grande, like take Kanye for instance. Kanye was a righteous brother. Kanye was rapping about Jesus, rapping about God. His most of his music was faith-based and introspective. And then somewhere there was a switch. And before you know it, we had My Dark Twisted Fantasy Kanye. And then we had the severe mental episodes, or they were presented to us that way. After, well, we seen a little bit of it before his mom died, a little erratic behavior, or a little acting out, or that we perceived as overconfidence and arrogance. But we seen the shift. We seen him, how he came in to what he is now. Katy Perry, I'm not really familiar with her as a entertainer or artist or singer, but I know her, right? I know of her. The little bit that I do know, I believe she came in wanting to sing gospel music. She wanted to be in that realm. And I guess she wasn't getting any traction, and then someone came and suggested another way. But you had to, quote unquote, sell your soul, right? And then it also, you know, brings me back to, why are there so many lyrics from so many upper echelon artists saying they sold their soul, saying they had to give a piece of their self away in order to obtain these material, meaningless things that you cannot take with you when you go. So I just have this feeling, I just have this thought that when I look around the world and the landscape of society today, that we've seen enough behind the curtains that we're over it. If you look at most new movies or shows, they're all rooted in toxicity for the most part. And even down to a lot of our kids' movies with these hidden messages and symbolisms and things, you know, adult interactions in quote unquote children's films or children's movies. I think we've seen enough. And I think it starts with the parents. And I believe it started with the mothers, and then it kind of was adopted by both parents for the betterment of the kids and their fragile psyches and influences that are starting to say enough is enough. Now, we used to look to church and religious institutions to help with that fight, but when Tyler Perry is coming to your church to do plays filled with toxicity, and everybody's enjoying it, and the pastor is getting a bump in the offerings and tithes, or they morph church into the club, and you could find more scantily clad dressed women there than the club, who in hollering for the Lord. So I think it just got to a point where people could no longer find refuge where they normally used to find refuge, away from the toxicity, away from the mess, away from the imagery and the ideology that these movies in Hollywood and people in control are trying to promote and force onto us behavioral wise. And it's almost like when these artists have had enough of whatever was going on behind the curtains, the same things that made them famous and made them who they are as far as the power they are perceived to have, all those same tools are used against them to now call them crazy, call them deranged, or to say they overdosed, or to say they had mysterious pneumonias, heart attacks, and things of that. When you see them kind of turning a corner and having something to say to fight back towards the system attacks them from all angles, first financially, then mentally, then character-wise, and then the next thing you know, they end up dead and no one bats an eye because we feel like we just seen a train wreck, but the train wreck was orchestrated. So I think it's time to, with the internet and with us having the ability to compartmentalize what we want to see and not see through an app, through a computer, through a TV, through a radio, we could personalize all of our stuff to reflect the things that we are actually getting something out of. We are getting pure joy out of watching a family flick, or we're getting pure knowledge out of watching a documentary, or something along those lines. Like we as society have have the ability to filter what we're exposed to a lot better than we were back then. And through that filtering, I see a lot of Hollywood dying. The same movies that we were forced to watch because there was nothing else, people had so many options, they are choosing not to watch them. They are choosing not to go to the movies unless it's for some ulterior motive of eating dinner there, or it's some sort of bed hookup where you could lay down or order a drink or whatever, just for the experience of something different. They don't even really care about the movie or care for the content of the movie. And it seems like the only real things that are winning in Hollywood right now are like superhero stuff. And it seems like even with that, they're trying to pump that with so much imagery and sprinkle in a little bit of the dumbness around it. So what are your thoughts? Do you think Hollywood is dying? Have you seen enough behind the curtains to know that it is all toxic and it is not something that we should be consuming on a daily basis or letting distract our lives from whether it be your true mission in life, whether it be responsibilities to get done, whatever it may be, to no longer let these distractions infiltrate your house and have an influence on not only your kids, but your relationship with your kids, how your kids have relations, have interactions with others, your interaction with your relationship with your significant other, and how those influences, whether she see them or you see them, impact your life or impact the dynamic of your relationship, of what made it successful. All that. So I want to know, are you seeing what I see as far as what these people are explaining as selling their soul to basically offer up our souls behind all this toxicity? You know what I mean? So is it the death of Hollywood? Give me your thoughts. Like, share, subscribe. It's your boy Hoom Boom. It's the Hold Up Show, and I'm out. Peace.